Alright folks, so today we're going to make one of my all-time favourites. It's a proper creamy beef stroganoff. It's one pan, loads of flavour, and it's pretty simple to put together. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to sear your meat. It's very important to get a good colour. I'm using rump steak here because it's just what I had in the fridge. You could use sirloin or ribeye, it doesn't really matter, but I do like rump steaks. So we're going to sear this on one side, leave it for about 45 seconds, get a real hot pan. Don't be tempted to move the meat, just get a nice sear on it, and of course season with salt and pepper. I'm going to turn this meat over now. You can see that lovely colour on that meat, and it's really important to do this, folks, because it adds tons of flavour into the beef stroganoff when you go to deglaze the pan later on with some whiskey or brandy. So after you've seared both sides, just lift that meat out and put it on a plate to set it aside. Now we're going to go in with about a tablespoon of olive oil, a good knob of butter, let that melt. Next we're going to go in with our white onion, just diced nice and fine, and that onion is going to pick up all that lovely flavour in that pan. So yeah, we're just going to sweat these onions for maybe 10-20 seconds because they're cut so fine it's not going to take too much. We're going to go in with 2 cloves of garlic and just sweat that off for about 30 seconds before we add in our mushrooms. So get a bit of colour on these mushrooms, and when you cook mushrooms some water is going to come out of them, so you just want to make sure you cook that until the water evaporates. I'm just going in with a little bit more olive oil here because the mushrooms can soak up that butter and oil, so you just need to make sure you have plenty of fat in that pan to keep things cooking nicely. Here's the fun part. We're going to go in with some brandy, just about 30 ml. And if you tilt the pan over towards the flame, it'll catch the brandy and you'll get this lovely big flame. And you just want to cook this until that alcohol cooks out. Shouldn't take more than 10 seconds, 10-20 seconds at the very most. This adds tons of flavour into the beef stroganoff, and in my opinion, if you don't do this, you're not going to get the right flavour. Now we're going in with 1 teaspoon of English mustard. You could use Dijon mustard, but I like the English mustard. And a teaspoon of tomato puree. And you just want to cook that dry for about 10 seconds or so, just to release the flavour of that tomato puree. Now we're going in with about 200 mils of beef stock, and what you want to do with that is you need to bring it to the boil and let it really reduce down by about half until it thickens to like a nice gravy consistency. We're going in with some paprika, very important in beef stroganoff, gives you that nice colour. You can see it thickening now, and that's exactly what you want. This should be another few minutes and we should be ready to add the cream. So we can see this is really thickened up nicely, like a lovely rich gravy. That's exactly what you want. So we're going to go in with about 100 ml of double cream, maybe 150 ml, give or take. So you want to mix that all up, and you're going to let this simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's a lovely thick glossy sauce. Back in with the beef and all them lovely resin juices. Now you can see that it's been simmering for about 3 minutes and it's thickened beautifully. So now it's basically done. I'm just showing you the consistency with the tablespoon here. And now it's ready. So we just need to garnish it now with some nice flat leaf parsley, just to give it a nice green colour throughout. Another secret ingredient is lemon juice right at the end. And of course some Worcestershire sauce, just for that umami flavour. Gives it a real nice zing. And folks, that's it. There you have it. Doesn't get better than that. An absolutely delicious beef stroganoff. So I have some basmati rice here. Go with a nice knob of butter, some salt, some pepper, just for some richness. So now it's time to plate up. I just put that rice into a bowl, just to make a nice mould. We go over with the beautiful beef stroganoff, and you just can't beat that. It's one of the tastiest dishes you can make, and it's pretty simple. If you just follow what I did, you could be eating this tonight too.